Hi, good afternoon. Our topic for today is preparing for your interview with USCIS when you filed a removal of conditions application. So, application I-751. If you have that interview coming up, this is a really good live for you to watch. Now, it is extremely important to prepare for any interview. So today, I'm going to provide information that you must know when you're planning to attend an interview with USCIS to remove conditions and receive your 10-year green card. Now, before I get started, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Monique Reynolds. I'm an immigration lawyer. My office is located in East Point, Atlanta, Georgia. We do represent clients all over the US and nationwide. So if you have any questions or need help with your immigration matter, please call my office, 833-810-1234. So let's get started. Attending the interview. Now, if you filed a joint petition to remove conditions with your spouse, just know that both of you are required to attend the interview. Now, if not, your petition will be denied. So if you feel that your spouse may not attend the interview, it may be a good idea to go ahead and reschedule and then consult an attorney so you'll figure out what's the next step for your individual case. So, again, I'm going to repeat. If you feel that your spouse will not attend the interview, there are things that could potentially be done to help save your case. Do not attend the interview on your own because your case will be denied if you filed a joint petition. Now, if you filed a waiver of the joint filing requirement, then no worries. You're the only one that needs to actually attend the interview. Um, if you started out with filing a joint petition and now you need a waiver because you may have gotten divorced, your spouse may have passed away, you've experienced abuse, you would experience hardship, no worries. Consult an attorney, an immigration attorney, because there are things that could be done to help salvage your case before your interview. So, again, you just want to um, get legal counsel so that way you can save your case and you can still get your 10-year green card because that's the ultimate goal here. Now, again, so the main goal for your interview is to show USCIS that you married your spouse in good faith, that you did not get married for an immigration benefit. So you want to keep that in mind when giving any response to any questions that are asked. You want to make sure your responses to the questions are in alignment with that, showing the interviewing officer that yes, I got married for love, because hopefully that is the case. So you want that to come across with every response. Um, so here are some tips that will be beneficial to you and that you want to keep in mind and also prepare for and prepare to answer during your interview. Um, Dress for success. You know, you want to take your interview seriously. Don't wear jeans or shorts or, jeans with holes in them, flip flops. Take it seriously. Present your best self. And the way that you can do that is by dressing up. Now, you don't have to wear your Sunday's best, but again, no jeans, no t shirts, maybe like working professional might be a good bet for you. And the officer will look at you and see that you came prepared, and they will take your case seriously as they're going through the interview with you. Now, you also want to be on time because if you're late, you could risk missing your interview altogether. And it is very difficult to get the interview rescheduled at that point. So you want to make sure that you arrive at least 15 minutes early. I would say if you can arrive earlier, do that because you never know how busy they are. and you don't want to risk showing up late and missing your interview. Now, be ready to answer questions from the Form I-751. The officer will ask you questions from that application, and you want to make sure your responses are consistent and that your responses are correct. That's the most important thing. Now, if you give a different response from the application that you had previously submitted, you can just mention, oh, I apologize. However, I forgot, you know, important dates, or I may have given the wrong date initially, but this is the corrected date. So, again, just be ready to answer questions from your application. And I always tell people you always want to keep a copy of whatever application that you submit. That way you can keep track. And when it's time to prepare for your interview, it's easier to go back and recall information that you previously presented. Now, other tips that I can give: be ready to answer questions that are actually similar to the questions that you ask. I'm sorry, to the questions that were asked of you during your green card, initial green card application, such as when and how did you meet your spouse? They want to know the details. So be ready to rehash all of that, regardless of whether or not you're still together with your spouse. They want to know when you met and how you met. How long did you date for? Be ready to explain your courtship. Uh, when did you get married? They want to know where you got married. They want to know when you got married, the actual date. You don't want to seem flustered when explaining the date that you got married. Everyone, you should know the exact date. So just go ahead and memorize it if you haven't memorized it yet. For those who are watching and tuning in, thank you for joining. If you have any questions, please leave them, and then I will try to address them before I jump off of this live session. Um, so, again, be ready to talk about your marriage date, where you got married, and who attended the wedding. Now, if you get nervous during your interview, that is okay. That's normal. But you want to make sure that you explain to the officer, hey, I'm a little nervous. Can I have a few minutes? If you need a few minutes. If not, just let them know that you're a little nervous. You're not your normal self. Um, and sometimes that will allow them to lighten up a little bit, especially if you get an interviewing officer that's harsh in the beginning. That might help you, kind of break the mold and allow them to lighten up. And that may give you a little bit more confidence as well. Also, if you need help, with your immigration case, or if you need help with interview prep, call my office so we can see how we can service you, how we can help prepare you for your interview. It's not too late to get us involved in the process. Our main goal is that you get your green card, your 10-year green card. So please call us. Don't leave your case by chance. If you have any questions, my name is Monique Reynolds with the law offices of Monique C. Reynolds. Again, my office is in Atlanta, and we can help you nationwide. My number is 833-810-1234. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. As always, it's a pleasure to be here to help give you the information that you need to empower you in your immigration case. All right, until next time, have a good one.